Hello guys, thanks for joining this session. In this session we are going to learn about elastic IP addresses. So let's jump into the diagram where we have left earlier. So this is the diagram you are now familiar with. So far in the VPC components understanding, we have learned about subnets, route table, internet gateway. Now we will discuss about elastic IP addresses. So basically, an elastic IP address is a static IP address whose design is similar to public IPv4 address. Elastic IP address is basically designed for dynamic cloud computing. So what does it mean? It means that with an elastic IP address, we can mask the failure of an instance by rapidly remapping the address to another instance in our VPC. So basically we can associate an elastic IP address with any instance or network interface for any VPC in our account. So now we have some idea about elastic IP addresses. Let's move further and we will discuss about some of the points to remember while working with elastic IPs. First point to remember is that if elastic IP address is in use, that is not chargeable. But if you created the elastic IP address and you are not using it, then it is chargeable. AWS has kept this billing structure because AWS doesn't want that somebody will block the particular IP address and not using it. Now moving further, another point to remember is that elastic IP addresses can be assigned to only one instance at a time. Another point to remember is that if we associate an elastic IP address Ethernet 0 network interface of your instance, its current public IPv4 is released to the public IP address pool. And suppose in case if we are disassociating the elastic IP address from the Ethernet 0 network interface, then in that case, the Ethernet network interface is automatically assigned a new public IPv4 address, and all this happen within a few minutes. This doesn't apply if we have attached a second network interface to our instance. The another points to remember which we are going to discuss is really very interesting and very useful in case of failure. So the point is, we can move an elastic IP address from one instance to another instance. The instance can be in the same VPC or another VPC. So that means with this behavior, if in case any failure is happening, an end user will never come to know that failure has happened, as we are sticking with the same static IP address with the help of elastic IP address. Another points to remember for elastic IP addresses is related with the lifespan of elastic IP address. An elastic IP address remain associated with our AWS account until we explicitly release them. This is also a good design from AWS so that nobody else can use the same IP address without the release, or say without its availability. So now we will move further and we will go to AWS Management Console and look into the components which we have discussed so far along with elastic IP addresses. Guys, we are having a detailed lab for VPC creation where all these component is going to be used. This I am doing because I want that you should be comfortable enough whatever we are discussing, or say whatever we have discussed so far, that will make sense in a much better way. So let's jump into the AWS Management Console. So we are now into AWS Management Console. So here, how do we can access all those components? So the better way is that we should come here, click on services and click on VPC. You just click on it. So it will take you to the VPC Management Console. And from there we can get the dashboard along with the component details. So this is the dashboard of VPC components, and here you will find that whatever the components we have discussed so far, which is existing over here, like subnets, route table, internet gateway. I will come to this egress only internet gateways component later. Now we are discussing the elastic IPs. So elastic IPs, if you wanted to create, then you should come over here and use this interface to allocate new elastic IP address. So from here you can create the elastic IP address, and that you will associate with this private cloud, or say with this VPC. So this is what I wanted to demonstrate you in this session. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, take care.